Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the X and X Talk podcast. This is episode 2. Today we are going to be talking about space aliens. Okay, this was Xarenth's idea.
Yeah, I did provide that idea like 2 minutes ago, actually.
Yeah. Okay, so we were pretty swamped today. We didn't have any ideas. Not very creative. Not our best day. Anyways, Xarenth, would you like to kick off the topic because I'm not too well versed, and I would like someone who is to talk about it first.
I'd say I'm no expert in space aliens, but I have watched some documentaries recently about stuff like that, and it's cool and kind of scary how many cults, religion type things there are surrounding space aliens and UFOs. One in particular I remember from this documentary, I think it was Heaven's Gate or something, they all killed themselves because they thought when they killed themselves they were going to get put on a UFO to take them to heaven.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I don't know, man. It's pretty extreme. Like you said, all the cults and stuff. I don't know. I'm not too sure I believe in all of that. I know it's kind of debatable and everything if everything like that is real. I do believe in aliens, though. So,
because the universe is so big, like there has to be something.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of selfish to think about it if you're just like, wow, humans are the only life in the entire like galaxy, and that's not the case whatsoever because there has to be some other intelligent life out there, no matter where it is.
I mean, like, the universe is basically infinite. It's expanding as we speak. So, what's to say the first,
the
first billion race of aliens got created?
I mean, there's just Big Bang upon Big Bang going on, like, far away from us, but it's still there, and it's still relevant and everything because, like, it just keeps going on and on. It's an endless cycle, you could say. It's a, I don't know. It's really interesting to think about, and you kind of can't wrap your mind around it completely. So it's kind of a confusing subject, but anyways, I have an idea of what we can go into here. So, let's talk about like common theories and stuff about like aliens and extraterrestrial presence on Earth. Do you know anything about that?
Like Area 51, that's about my shallow set.
Alright, let's hear what you know about Area 51. How about that?
Well, as I understand it, relating to aliens, of course, there's a ton of things about Area 51, but I think the government's supposed to like have contact with them or have aliens themselves in Area 51, and they're hiding it from us, of course.
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty messed up because what if an alien's a real bro? Then we could be best friends.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think it's kind of an intelligent move from them to keep it hidden because I think a lot of people would take it way too like harshly, and then they'd flip out about it. A bunch of people would go nuts and everything because, like I said, it's kind of. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Like I said, it's kind of, you can't really wrap your mind around the subject at all because there's just so much that there could be. There's unlimited possibilities. Anyways, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna say there was this old radio show. I forget who did it, but it was like War of the Worlds or something.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can't find it. But basically, it was. Oh yeah, it was by H.G. Wells, and it was a radio show where it was like a book reading basically of aliens invading the Earth, and this was a while back. It was only radio, really. I don't think they had TV yet, or it was very primitive. But everyone took it really seriously, and people had, I guess there was TV. People had to go to the news, and the news was saying there's actually not an alien invasion right now. Listening to. People bought right into it, and I think now it would be even worse if we were told an actual alien was being kept from us by the government, because then you have aliens, and then B, you don't trust the government.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really controversial. I don't have too much input on it because I don't know too much about it. Like I said, I haven't read into it, but I do know something pretty interesting. It's have you ever heard of the Men in Black? I'm not sure if I've told you about this before. It's not the movie.
TV show?
No, it's not the movie. Or anything.
Okay. I don't think you mentioned it.
So basically, I watched this documentary like a long time ago. It was it was like a Netflix documentary. It was called Conspiracy or something like that. And it was really good. But there was this one episode on there, and it went into detail on the Men in Black. So basically, what they are is whenever something strange happens that involves extraterrestrial presence or anything like that, aliens, or anything that might equate to aliens being here on Earth or anything like that, they just show up to your house, and then they just destroy all of the evidence of anything that could relate to that at all. And it's kind of spooky because when you look at them, they have like no hair on their bodies at all. They have completely identical faces, like they look exactly like one another. They're very, very tall.
Clone humans?
Yeah. So, I mean, they could even be aliens themselves, so they're just trying to hide everything else. Yeah. But,
Pretty freaky.
anyways, I don't quite remember the entire thing, but I remember this one segment of it. This one guy had a blog about, like, aliens and stuff, and then apparently he was, like, a former Area 51 employee or something like that. I don't remember exactly. But basically, he had this... It was a long time ago, by the way, and he had this evidence of, like, seeing a UFO or something like that, and he had a picture. And so, late at night one night, this guy's phone rings, and then there's a mysterious man on there. He's like, you can't really understand what he's saying. And then, like, minutes later... The guy gets a knock at his door, and then there's these two figures out there that are completely identical in black trench coats. They're pale as a sheet of paper and everything. It was really nuts. They have like no eyebrows, anything like that. But I just thought that was really interesting because you don't know where they come from. Like, what are they? Are they aliens themselves? Are they part of a secret like organization? Or like, there's just no knowing.
There's a lot of forces at work. Let me interject and go off topic here. You said, are you recording or streaming?
No, I'm streaming. As per usual. You can take your time if you didn't look at anything. We're unrestricted, except for the fact that you have to stream.
Yeah, well, I'm not seeing it. You know, I'm like refreshing.
Yeah.
So.
Remember last time it took a while to pop up, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, I think it's kind of stupid because I'm not saying YouTube's stupid as a whole, but I just don't like the whole new integration with the you know, the streaming thing. So I don't think it directly live streams when you just use the Steam key or the stream key through OBS.
Okay.
So I just think that's what the problem is.
I don't worry about it then.
Yeah, because I had no problem fighting it last time.
Yeah. I was thinking it would be greatly interesting if aliens are real one day we got one as a guest on this show.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be
maybe
amazing, dude. We'd get impeccable insight.
I think we could potentially work out a deal with the aliens, at least this race of aliens, to have their first contact be through us, and we would be the most popular show in the world, not just the internet.
We'd be the #1 podcast on the internet, as constantly reiterated by Logan Paul in his Impulsive podcast. But I mean, he'd just be no match for us at that point, just because of the, you know, the alien on our show. Like, you can't do anything better than that, because if we're the first ones to have it, they're most definitely not going to get it as well. You know?
I mean, surely you can bring in, you know, Riley Reid or whatever we had the other day, but an alien?
An alien, dude. That Riley Reid doesn't equate to an alien. Like, what is that? It's two completely different things on the spectrum of interesting and not interesting. You know what I mean?
We need an alien porn star.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that'd be so cool. Just think of all the possibilities. Like, we could learn about the porn industry and the, like, adult film, like, economy and everything, because it's such a big industry here on Earth, right? So you'd think that it'd be even more interesting to learn about it on a foreign planet.
Yeah, because, I mean, they'd have a completely different biology than us.
Yeah, dude, and it's just, like, I don't know, it's just so cool to think about aliens, man, like, all the possibilities and everything. There's so many descriptions of, like, what they look like and everything. For instance, the most popular, I believe, is them just being, like, really tall, like, lanky, kind of gray, like, lifeless-looking things. I don't know.
See, I always thought it was green aliens. So gray.
You know, the green aliens is really common as well, but I feel like that's more cartoony and non-realistic. But I feel like the people with a more realistic mindset think of them as just, I don't know, just oddly composed gray beings is what I see most often.
Well, I think it's really cool because an alien actually would come from a different planet. It's the very nature of it. And their planet would be completely different to ours. They would have evolved in a completely different way. So I mean, they could look like no creature we've ever seen.
That's true, yeah. And that's also scary to think about because, as you know, I watched the movie A Quiet Place last night, and that's kind of what happened there. Those are alien creatures that just showed up out of nowhere. Yeah. And that could happen here. You never know.
Like an XCOM situation.
But then again, you know, I found it kind of confusing in that movie because the whole resolution was, oh hey, let's shoot this thing in the head with a shotgun when it like lifts its armor up from the weird frequencies on the girl's hearing aid, right? Yeah. But if you think about it, how did the military not give any effort into going into that? Like, how were they unable to kill him, yet somebody with a 12-gauge shotgun could just easily drop the thing? Like that, man. Snap of a finger.
I guess the whole thing was, the armor was like so great that nothing we had would naturally pierce it, and I guess they just never played something with that sound frequency.
Yeah, I mean, they were really fortunate to come upon that because, if I remember correctly, they came upon it on accident, like when that girl was in the cornfield, and then it just happened right then and there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'd like to move on past that movie because I really don't like talking about that movie. I think it's kind of like bad.
I think it's an alright movie, man, to be completely honest with you, but yeah. Let's move on to a new subject within the vast area of extraterrestrial life on Earth. Do you have anything you'd like to go into, or should we just brainstorm a little bit here?
I mean, going on with the alien porn star thing, kind of branching into alien careers. What if they have like a hive mind of sorts, and they lack a lot of kind of the structure of society we have simply because they don't need to communicate with each other like we do, or do they have all one big consciousness?
See, possibly, yeah. Like, what if there's no war there or anything like that? That'd be kind of interesting to see that.
What if their first war is with us because we're expansionists?
Honestly, man, I don't see us getting out, like, to a different part of the, like, galaxy or anything like that for a long, long time. Because people say that they're going to Mars and everything like that, like Elon Musk's SpaceX program, he claims to be sending people to Mars and everything like that. I just don't see that as feasible with our current technology or anything like that, because, I don't know, it just doesn't seem realistic to me at this current time.
Well, what if we don't even use their technology? Or our own technology? What if an alien comes and for some stupid reason makes contact with us, and we realize it's not that threatening on its own, so we kill it and take its stuff?
See, but then that would probably spark a war with us and the aliens, bringing more of them, and then we'd get absolutely obliterated.
Well, that's what I was saying. What if they are, like you said, what if there was no war in their society? What if we just obliterated them because they have no ways to wage war?
See, if you did that as well, since they've never had war before, you'd think you'd have a very, very obvious advantage over them due to the fact that they don't know how to fight, they have no experience in it, so I don't think it would be too hard to, like, overtake them or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, genocide on a new level.
Yeah, alien genocide. Is it a big oopsie, or is it not? We don't know.
I mean, we can hijack all their stuff and, create a better future for the human race.
Or what we could do, just the two of us, we could hijack their stuff and start a private militia that would overpower the entire, like, every single world power. Because we'd have, like, laser weapons and stuff like that. We'd have cloaking technology with their UFOs, if that's realistic at all. I don't know, there's just so many things.
We'd have crazy good satellite-type technology, too.
Yeah, dude, plus light speed, you can go anywhere you want, anytime you want.
No.
Like, it's infinite possibilities if we get that kind of technology, which is what I don't understand, if there actually are aliens and stuff like that on Area 51. If you have that kind of technology, why would you not introduce that to society? Because just think about all the benefits from that. Like, there's just so many benefits.
Yeah. Well, people always think, like Illuminati, perhaps they have a reason to keep us kind of downcast, almost like a dystopian novel. There's a reason why we are left out of the loop and left with lesser resources than the elite on the inside. Being herded.
I also saw this thing, I'm not sure it's entirely true, but apparently some people believe that the Illuminati, they all live on the moon. So, I don't know. That seems kind of weird to me.
I feel like that could get busted, because previously all space stuff happened through like NASA.
Yeah.
But now you do have private people like Elon Musk. So I mean, what's to say he doesn't send some people to the moon before Mars, or then they find the Illuminati?
Yeah, they're just hiding out inside of like the depths of the moon or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Like, if you think about it, what if there's an interior to the moon? Just it's like hidden from, just view from like where people approach it from. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool if you just stumbled upon like an entrance inside of the moon, and then there's just a secret society in there or something. Like,
I bet they were freaked out when we landed on top, because they probably felt it.
They probably, felt a... Speaking of which, do you want to delve into the realm of the moon landing is fake?
We can do that. Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, let's do that. So, I can give you a bunch of details on why the moon landing is fake. I don't know if you believe... Do you believe that the moon landing was real? Like the initial video?
Sure. Yeah, I believe it to be real.
Okay. So let me ask you this.
Before we go further, there's a movie that I really want to plug called Operation Avalanche, directed by Matt Johnson.
Oh yeah.
I love Matt Johnson, and I love that film. It's fantastic. Check it out. It's about making the moon landing.
I'll have to look at that later on this evening. But anyways, what I'm going to say is I'm going to present to you some facts. Well, not really facts. It's not concrete evidence or anything, but it's just some things that I happened to notice when I was viewing it, and I also learned a couple things from other documentaries, from Shane Dawson's conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Shout out to Shane Dawson. He's a pretty good dude. But anyways, why are there no stars in the background? Can you answer me that question?
Maybe it was the camera technology might not have picked it up.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. If you're in like a very populated area such as New York City, you can still look up into the sky and then see a wide array of stars. They're still there. So you'd think that the camera, you'd think that the camera would still somewhat at least pick up a little bit of some evidence of a star whatsoever. But I think it's fake because it looked like they just had some sort of black backdrop that just absorbed everything, and it just looked like blackness back there. I don't know. I just don't believe it. That's one of my details that I noticed. But anyways, let me move on to the next one. So, you notice?
I think you'd like this film because it goes into stuff like faking the background and like faking the like boot prints and stuff.
Yeah.
And how it kind of happened.
See,
yeah, you're saying.
Another thing that I noticed when they plant the flag, do you notice how it's waving as if there's a slight breeze up there?
Yeah.
There is no gravity on the moon to make that flag move.
There's no atmosphere even.
Yeah, there's no atmosphere, there's no gravity, there's no wind resistance on it, anything. So why is it moving? Like, why is it flowing in the wind?
Maybe some guy had a fan off to the side to make it look patriotic.
A fan. You know, that doesn't. How would they plug it in? They were very far away from the spacecraft.
I mean, not like an actual fan. I mean, like a hand fan.
Oh, a hand fan. Okay, I got you.
And he's just really putting all of his effort into it, fanning that flag.
Yeah, I don't think that would work honestly, because there's no air to move.
You're right. Wow. You're a scientist, buddy.
Yeah, there's no air to move there. But anyways, I'm gonna go into my last and most important, in my opinion, detail. So you notice when they're walking around, they leave footprints on the ground, correct?
Yeah.
So in order for a footprint to be formed, there has to be moisture that collects all the little particles and everything in order to form a footprint, or else, since there's no moisture on the moon, it should just stay solid and there should be no prints made whatsoever. But you see in the moon landing video, they make footprints like with their boots and everything. But there's
no... Wasn't it supposed to be like a sand? It's like a sand on there, and then like you put your boot on it, and then it displaces the sand.
Well, yeah, but sand still needs moisture to be displaced in such a manner. It needs the slightest amount, however, but it still needs to be there. What's like nonetheless.
So what if the guy peed on the moon floor?
You can't pee on the moon floor; it'd float away.
I know, because it would just stay like
Yeah. Plus, you're in a spacesuit, so you'd freeze your pee off.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I guess I'm just too small-brained for this.
It's okay, man. But anyways, I just want to know, all these factors connect, and then they all go to the middle, and I'm like, wow, all of these equate to a fake moon landing video, right? It is fake. Have I changed your mind at all, sir?
You've opened some possibilities of me investigating it a little bit more, perhaps.
Yeah, because that's all the knowledge I have on the subject. I mean, I don't know anything else that could be faked about it. I haven't looked into it too deeply. I just noticed all of those. Mostly from other people. I mean, I looked at the flag and I noticed that one on my own, and then the stars as well. I was kind of perplexed by that, but other than that,
so you like actually believe it's fake?
Yes, 100%.
Oh, did not know that.
The initial video was faked. I do believe that they've came to the moon now, but I don't believe in the original video. No.
So you think for maybe a political reason they decided to fake it?
Yeah, I feel like since they were doing the whole space race and everything, they wanted everybody to feel as they were the superior world power. So maybe what they did...
Operation Avalanche.
Yeah. So what they did was, they went there, or they didn't go there, they set up a set that looked like the moon, because I'm sure they had an idea of what it would look like. But anyways, they tried as hard as they could, although some external factors weren't polished enough, they weren't perfect, and you could tell them apart from things that you would believe to be on the moon. But anyways... I think that they did that solely to say, like, to other world powers such as Russia and everything like that. Great Britain, I don't know if they had a space race, China and everything.
It was mostly just us and Russia. And Russia was actually beating it.
Maybe,
moon.
yeah, see, that's why, that was probably, like, they had to top deck lethal there, you know what I mean? They had to be like, wow, I can't lose this. So they pulled out their last card. They pulled out their legendary, which was fake moon landing, and voila, they were the first to the moon, so to speak.
No.
That's just my...
It's crazy stuff, man.
Yeah, that's just
my
my
bit. Jump the ship for our last bit here and talk about how the world might be, or the Earth might be flat.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Conspiracy theories, you know.
I'll let you start off that one because I have an interesting subject here on this.
All right. Well, I mean, I think it's a little silly. I guess I don't have too much to say about it because I mean I'm a pretty staunch believer in the Earth being round.
Yeah.
But I suppose the possibility is still out there if you want to explore the idea of, you know, the government might be lying to us, and then, you know, let's say all these pictures from space are faked.
Yeah.
And they're providing an artificial image.
I will provide insight onto that in a few minutes once you're done.
Oh, you can go ahead, dude. You're like conspiracy guy, I guess.
Okay, so if you look at like the flight patterns and everything, I'm not sure if this is confirmed. I'm not too well versed in this either, but I've watched a couple videos. This is primarily from Shane Dawson's like mind-blowing conspiracy theories videos. I'll link that in the description since I'm citing it so much. But anyways, he goes over that no flight patterns ever cross over Antarctica whatsoever. So the theory is that he thinks like, he doesn't think this, he's just going over the conspiracy theory, obviously. He's not a flat earther, as far as I know. But, so he's going over this, and he's like, wait, why do no flight patterns ever cross Antarctica? Because you should still be able to go straight south, and then go through Antarctica to get to the place on the other side, correct?
Still there?
Yeah, I was asking you. You should still be able to go straight south, through Antarctica onto the other side of the Earth if it's theoretically a spherical shape, and you should end up on the other side, right? But
yeah,
his bit on this is that Antarctica is actually the edge, the actual edge of the surface. So basically, there's just an ice wall surrounding everything, but nobody's been far enough to explore that, and nobody has any real concrete evidence that that's not the case. But it's not too plausible because, you know, there's no evidence on it or anything like that, and I doubt anybody's gone that far, honestly. But
yeah,
I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Well, you know, I have to say one reason we might not have flights going through there is just because it is so far out of the way, and you have to consider you have to keep the airplane fueled or, you know, whatever air vehicle fueled, and, you know. Yeah, see, just purely on the fuel thing, not even the weather conditions, you might have to stray away.
You see, the only problem with that is there's no way to debunk that. Like, with our knowledge especially, we've never flown anywhere near that area of the world. Neither of us have left the United States as far as I'm concerned. But
I have not left the U.S., you're right.
So I'm not very well experienced in anything like that. But yeah, there's no way to debunk it or anything like that because, like I said, we have no evidence on it, so it'd be very difficult. We'd have to do a lot of research, but I'm sure we still couldn't find a feasible explanation.
Yeah.
But anyways, to go into another subject on here, you were talking about a synthetic image of the Earth from outer space. When we started the topic of the Earth is flat. But anyways, I don't remember exactly where I saw this at. It might have been Reddit or something like that. But this one user, I'll call him, he said that you'd have to be very, 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 very far away from Earth to get a like complete shot of the Earth, like actually just in the whole frame by itself. And the way that you see these pictures in outer space, quote unquote outer space, the way that you see them is that you can see the curvature of the Earth, you can see the horizons and everything like that, and you can almost see the entirety of the planet as well. But basically, nobody's gotten that far away yet in order to take that image. So what they call it is a composite image. People have gone to like different areas of the Earth, taken pictures of them, shrunk them down, and fitted them together in sort of like a puzzle, but it's a composite image. So they take a bunch of pictures, and like I said, it's exactly like a puzzle. It's not kind of like a puzzle. And then you fit them all in there, and it just forms this perfectly spherical shape, and it has the exact curvature that you would expect of the Earth having. And, you know, that's just how they make those pictures. There's no other way to explain it because nobody's been that far away from the planet.
It's literally impossible, you're saying, for that picture to exist.
As far as I understand, don't quote me on that because I may be wrong. NASA, please don't flame me in the comments section, you know what I mean?
I'll defend you in the comments section if they come.
Yeah, it's not like they're a multi-billion-dollar company or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, do you have anything else you'd like to shed light on?
Not really. You know, I think I've said a fair bit of pieces.
Okay, well, I would like to correct a few errors I've made here. We were kind of in a rush tonight, so I wasn't able to make a new banner for episode 2, so excuse this one saying episode 1, the pilot. It is not the pilot episode.
Oh, yeah.
I will be sure to change that for next episode, but just, yeah, I'm sorry about that. But shout out to Xarenth Gaming here. No longer named Xarenth Gaming, I'm sorry about that.
Was Ben Xarenth on YouTube for a while?
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to link his Twitch in the description, actually. He's been starting streaming recently. He got his first donation yesterday.
Yeah.
And he's kind of getting back into the groove. I think he's actually starting to like it. He got a decent amount of viewers yesterday, so if you guys would like to, you can go check out his Twitch channel. He makes some pretty good content. He plays TF2. He's really good at it, in my opinion. I could never match his skills at all. I just suck at the game. But that's besides the point.
Pro tip, that stream's actually happening in like 2 minutes. You know?
Yeah, that stream's happening in 2 minutes, so if you guys would like to go over there, just wait until I'm done processing this video and adding a few bits and bobs in there. But anyways, guys, I think that's all we have for this Friday evening episode of X and X Talk.
Yeah, I think it was a good episode, you know, despite the rush circumstances. It was an interesting one for sure.
Yeah.
I think people.
I have an idea actually on what we should go into on our next episode next Friday.
Let's hear that preview.
I feel like, guys, you might be interested in this, but how about the simulation conspiracy theory?
Oh, like life is a simulation?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we can get really into that. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, dude, I could talk about that for hours, but
anyways.
anyways.
Like a conspiracy podcast now?
Dude, I mean, it's variety. I mean,
yeah.
I really like it. Like, I really like conspiracies. I'm almost way too into them, but it's besides the point. Anyways,
yeah,
guys. Yeah. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this episode of X and X Talk. We'll see you next Friday. Say goodbye, Xarenth.
Bye, everyone.